Hi. Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue sur MAO Live, votre radio parisienne qui vous fait découvrir ou redécouvrir des artistes locaux et internationaux. Aujourd'hui, on est avec Marina George. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very happy to be here with you.
Yes, we're super happy to have you. I'm good.
Thank you.
So you were born in Greece and have Italian and Australian roots. How does this cultural mix influence your music?
Austrian roots.
Yeah, Australian, sorry.
I've never been to Australia. I wish I had. Yes, my family background is quite international, and most of my family has also lived in different parts of the world, so that definitely affected my upbringing. My grandmother, which is the Austrian part, was actually an opera singer. My mother was a ballet dancer, so I grew up with a lot of classical music, and at the same time a lot of exposure to eclectic music, from jazz to soul to world music, and always a lot of openness to discover other genres. So I see that definitely influencing me more and more as I progress as an artist. I'm reconnecting to the music that touched me through my family while I was growing up.
So in your music now we can find some jazz or classic influence?
I would say it's definitely the music that I'm gravitating towards more. For example, artists like Drum, who incorporates that experimental jazz background, I'm finding particularly exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now you live in Berlin. How did you end up in this city? Is that your love for music who bring you there, or is that the town who made you fall in love with techno?
It was definitely my love for music and the scene over there that brought me there. Yeah.
And how would you describe the techno scene in Berlin?
I think what stood out to me before I moved there and why I wanted to move there and why I'm still there is because I see such a respect for the music itself. The music is at the forefront. And that's embodied in the way clubs are operated, and that affects how people interact on the dance floor, how they connect with themselves, what energy they bring to the club. Simple things like no phone policies, things like that, they really make a difference.
Okay, nice.
And it's definitely embodied in the energy of these clubs.
So during your career you play in a lot of countries. Is there a city or a crowd where you feel more connected?
I've been fortunate to feel a connection to many places. For example, I've had some very memorable gigs in Ibiza last year. I played in Seoul for the first time, and that was a great experience. Lately, I have to say I feel a very special connection to London, because I could feel a very deep, raw sense of community at the smaller parties there, which I really appreciated.
And what do you think about the Parisian scene?
Well, this is my first time playing in Paris, so
oh, nice.
Yes, so
Okay.
I'm very, very excited. It's one of my favorite cities in the world, so I'm so excited to experience it from behind
And
the
do you
booth.
think something about the scene, even if you didn't still play here?
I think there's some really exciting things happening. I would love to be a part of it more and experience it also on the dance floor more than I have already. So
okay, it's
yes,
nice to have you here for your first time in France.
Yeah,
in
thank you.
Paris.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so your set blend techno, breakbeat, ambient and electro. How do you build this balance between raw energy and experimental texture?
It feels like a very natural balancing act for me. It's something that that happens in the moment when I feel that a track, for example, is sounding too sharp or too punchy. I always feel like I need to balance out the energy and bring some texture in, because I even in my household, I have a very difficult time with silence or sounds that don't sound warm. So I always try to find a way to, for example, with techno, which is, let's say, machine music,
Yeah.
I like to bring some atmosphere and sensuality into it. And the same way, the other way around, if it's maybe lagging in energy, I want to enhance the sensuality with that raw energy that you mentioned. Yeah.
Cool. So you're also a resident of the famous Berlin club Trésor. What does this residency brought you as an artist and in your personal life?
As an artist, again, I could not imagine the amount of growth that I was able to achieve through this residency within a short period of time. Playing in a club like that and having the opportunity to play multiple slots, in my case especially opening, really pushed my boundaries, encouraged more experimentation, and it was these sets that actually allowed me to reconnect with genres outside of techno, because I had the chance to build a room like the Vault over a number of hours and really approach it with a sound design element, really play out the storytelling side of the set, which is something I really appreciated. Yeah.
How is the energy in Trésor?
It spoils you. I feel like it spoiled me. I can't think of a night, whether it was opening or closing, that the crowd just gives you everything, and even though it's a historic techno club, it feels very warm and intimate at the same time, and I've yet to have a bad night there.
Cool. Yeah. So you often draw inspiration from psychology and human emotion in your music. If you had to keep only one emotion to express your music, which one would it be?
It's such a great question. I would definitely choose pain.
Okay.
Because I feel that the most beautiful thing about art is the transmutation of pain into beauty and into something other people can connect with and nourish their souls with, in a way. And I feel that pain is that one emotion that can transform into a feeling of empowerment, into resilience, into sometimes euphoria, rage, and all of these emotions, I feel, especially with techno, can have such a strong impact and all have their place. And I think that without pain, art would lack the depth that we all connect to.
That's a pretty good answer. And is there a track that you produce when you are in pain that you have to recommend to us? A pain that you transform in art?
There's a track that's coming out early 2026 that I'm particularly attached to, and it expresses a spiritual element of the process of going through pain.
Okay, so we're gonna listen to that. You sometimes use your own voice or narrative sample. What does that bring to your production? As you say, your grandmother was an opera singer, and you also use your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And what did it express in your music?
I mean, I wish I could sing like an opera singer, but I don't think anyone wants me to try. I think it brings more vulnerability. I think it's a raw projection of who I am and really infiltrating the track with an additional part of myself, I feel. And to me, it still brings that balance of adding a human element into the machine, let's say. And it's also music that I connect to externally. I really love hearing vocal intervention in techno.
Nice. It's such cool to have your own voice on your production. Which artist or aesthetic inspired you at the moment?
I'm inspired by many artists. For example, Blawan, anything Luke Slater does, from LB Dub Corp to Planetary Assault Systems. However, in terms of aesthetics, I would say I find myself constantly circling back to trip-hop, and I realize that the music that I really gravitate towards is music that feels intimate, that almost feels like it's creating a scene, that I'm not meant to witness. And it's that almost cinematic element that's starting to more and more influence what I'm doing currently now as an artist.
Okay, and so you talk about your tracks who are coming up for 2026. Is there some projects who are coming for the next year?
So I have a vinyl release coming out early 2026 with some very exciting remixes as well on Parallel 41 Records. And I'm currently working on a label project that's very much in line with my vision, which I'll be able to share more about in the near future.
Nice. Thank you so much for your answer.
Thank you for your questions. They're great.
Behind the booth.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.